Well, hello, Gemini. How are you on this fabulous new moon evening? We have a new moon in Scorpio. It's happening right now. It's amazing. Before I get into the new moon, I'll just say I apologize for the hiatus. I have this bad habit about kind of pushing myself a little too far, a little too hard, not taking care of myself, and so I got sick. The universe gave me a real strong timeout, and so, yeah, I'm finally trying to function again, and we'll see how this goes. I am super excited to see what you guys have for your reading, and I think that's it. So we'll get started. New moon in Scorpio. This new moon is all about being legit honest with yourself. Like very, very, very honest with yourself. Who the fuck do you dream about being? What is it that your soul has been begging you to do? How do you want to feel? That's what this is all about. And it's all up to you, Gemini. So, for the overall energy from your spirit guides, we have 4 cards today from the i-ching, which is all about the book of change. For those of you who aren't familiar, the only thing that is guaranteed in life is that there's going to be change. Simple as that. And that's what this deck is all about. So you have number 8. Unite with others to achieve success. Holding together. It is the nature of the individual drops of water to merge and become one. When water flows freely over the earth, it finds other water to join with it. In the same way, individual people seek to belong to a greater whole. Holding together as a community will achieve greater success than standing alone. Be constant and strong, and others will join. It is the nature of individual drops of water to merge together and become one. Just like the majority of humans do, right? It's like this need or this desire to feel like you genuinely belong. Why is there such a need to belong? Are you strong and steady on your own? Or are you looking for that strong foundation in the community, in that sense of belonging? It's all about being strong and steady so that the tribe you attract will be much of the same, and therefore only enhance that strength. For the other card of the i-ching, you guys have card 33. This is all about retreat. The enemy has the advantage under the present circumstances. A retreat is the wisest course, but for future success, it must be well considered. The mountain provides shelter and the perspective that comes from rising above the situation. From this vantage point, the next battles can be calmly planned. The perspective that comes from rising above the situation. If you can muster up the courage, Gemini, find the strength to step out from underneath the pressure, the negative emotions, whatever it is that this situation has on you, and you are willing to put forth the dedication to rise up, you are going to see so many new details, so many new alternate routes, so many other options that you couldn't see right down there amidst all of the bullshit. Why do you think when somebody's missing, they send out the helicopters for an aerial view, right? When the FBI needs to track down somebody, what do you see on TV? They bring out the helicopter. It's because you get that higher perspective. You get a bigger section of the picture, right? Being able to step out and see what it is that you really have been turning your life upside down for might just piss you off once you realize what the bigger picture looks like. I don't know. The third card from your spirit guides is surrender the idea that you can fix someone. I swear I shuffle and these cards fly out. I don't handpick them. I simply shuffle. They fly out. I lay them down. Here they are. It's time, Gemini. Like, good God, for the Geminis in my life, I could not have said this better. Each person must be accountable for their own healing. That is the one sentence that stands out the very most on this card. I'm going to read it to you. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Cannot continue to debilitate or wipe someone's ass and expect them to maturely respond to the situation when you're treating them like you are their mother. Let's think about this. If they are not willing to put forth the effort when it comes to their own healing, their own happiness, then what is ever going to be important enough for them to get off from their big old whining asses and do something? They've got to save themselves. Nobody walked up and handed you a freaking platter of happiness and security and financial stability and the knowing that you have abundance and happiness in your life. No. You're either working on getting there or you got there on your own with the support of friends or family or whatever, but the motivation came from within you. And lastly, we have the Spirit of Air. I do want to point out how much blue there are in those two cards. My camera is not picking up on the surrender card very well, but it is all blue, like a baby blue around the edges there. The Spirit of Air card. It's all about the clarity and expansive perception of life and how that is emerging in your reality right now. Once again, that word perception. The Spirit of Air carries the energy to be able to change and transform. It carries the energy of inspiration, aspiration, mental clarity and freedom. It carries with it perception, communion, communication. Once again, that sense of belonging and perception. It's time to do some serious clutter clearing, Gemini, in the mental and the physical aspects. If it gets too overwhelming, take it day by day. Every day, you are going to release or remove one thing. I don't care if it is one old t-shirt that you haven't worn in 20 years, or if it is one negative belief about yourself or your life. If it is one negative, nagging perception, you've got to let it go. It no longer serves you, Gemini. Then we come into your work, career, and finance. Absolutely beautiful section. It really is. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Wands. With the Ace of Pentacles, sometimes the fear of the new can prevent us from moving up or moving forward, right? And this card can be like that source of encouragement to grow or expand, to allow yourself to step into that new set of opportunities for success, abundance, happiness, fulfillment. And sometimes this can happen even if you aren't planning on it. Will just make it happen on its own. Then you have the King of Wands, the card of wise adventure in a positive direction. I'll take that any day. You have what it takes to accomplish your goals. You guys are amazing people. You are hard workers. You adapt. You overcome. And I kind of feel like for a lot of you, There are plenty of men and women who are very talented and capable as well, who are in your life, who are more than willing to assist in any way that they can to help you fulfill your dreams, your goals. For your love and romantic relationship section, 4 cards. We have red, blue, and purple, okay? So the blue's coming back again. So we have our chakras, right? So we have the red, which is our base chakra, our root chakra, number 1. We have the different shades of blue. That covers our throat chakra and our crown chakra, along with the purple, our third eye. You have 4 different chakras here being covered. There's a beautiful red dress on that King of Wands. I don't know what you call it, a cape or a cloak or whatever it is, but it's red. So, I want you guys to really focus on that. There's even a little splash of red in that surrender card as well. You have patience. Patience is required at the moment because you may feel that things aren't moving as fast as you'd like. Yet, there are a lot of things going on energetically. The current situation causing concern is evolving positively. Let go and have patience. You will eventually realize that this whole event was in fact a blessing. All is perfect as it is. Trust, because you are eternally loved and guided. Let go and realize that this whole process has been part of your blessing. With every experience, with every journey, with every situation in life, we learn. And that's how you become that wounded healer or that well-rounded individual who has been there, done that. And as long as you aren't collecting chips on your shoulder, this can be seen as a very positive thing. Dreams. This is a wondrous time of healing and positive transformation. Embrace life because each moment is a blessing for you guys, right? Keep focused on your dreams. Retain the purity of your vision, and you will draw success to you. All you ever wished for, even those that seem so distant, are about to manifest. Healing and positive transformation. Scorpio new moon, need I say more? All you ever wished for. If you can't believe that for yourself, then why should anyone else? You've got to convince yourself that this is possible. You've got to believe. Be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of those preconceived ideas. There is nothing to fear. You are constantly surrounded by love. Start to believe in yourself. Trust your instincts. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound. And they are so freaking abundant. But they're only really provided to you when you can be flexible and when you can retain an open heart and an open mind. All is possible. You have to believe, Gemini. Be open. Let go of these preconceived ideas. Believe in yourself. Nobody was ever destined to be alone, to be miserable, to be unhappy, to feel unloved. Sometimes those are things that we program within ourselves. And it didn't happen overnight, and so you are going to have to devote time every day to rewriting your story. Play it out in your head, see it as a movie, and believe it. You've got to trust, because you are looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective, and therefore, you cannot see the bigger picture. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. Let go of your fear, your apprehensiveness, and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. From a purely physical perspective, the best way possible. You will heal in ways you never thought possible. Positive confirmation. Just like I said before, if you are in the thick of it, you have such a narrow and obstructed view. Take flight. Gain that higher perspective. To finish out your reading, we have the spirit animal, the mouse. Oh, the mouse. It's on page 47, and 4 plus 7 is 11. Love it. The mouse reminds us that what doesn't break us makes us stronger. Fuck off, Nicole, right? Yep, I know. But really, let's have a little interactive story time, okay, Gemini? It's gonna be so good. Nobody else got a story, I'm just gonna say. Not like this, anyhow. So, it was a beautiful fall day, and for Susan, it was like any other day that ends in Y. She's got a full schedule comprised of wiping her adult children's asses, doing their laundry, telling her unattractive and maybe unfulfilling husband to lift his feet as she vacuums underneath them. While doing this, she's totally ignoring the fact that it's going to take a 500,000 lumen spotlight and a machete to ever find her grossly neglected vajay. Yep, you heard that right. It's happy days for Susan. Then there's Susan's neighbor, Suzette. Suzette gave birth to a few humans that also call her mom, and she happens to be married as well. However, on this sunny crimson leaf-filled day, she wakes up and gets to work ensuring that her daughter has already started cleaning her room and that she's gathering everyone's laundry. She also ensures that her son has everything he needs in his little cleaning caddy to make those porcelain works of art shine like the light in all of those amazing NLA subscribers' eyes when the new videos are posted. I know, Gemini, just stick with me here, okay? Lastly, she strolls through the kitchen, only to be handed a delicious cup of coffee or maybe an ice-cold can of Mountain Dew, to each their own, right? Her husband throws out a thank you for the magical night of Boom Boom last night before he goes out to cut the grass. Still with me? No, I'm not high. I'm not drunk. But here comes the crescendo of this story, okay, Gemini? As the noon whistle blows, so do the very important vessels in both Susan and Suzette's head. Unbelievably tragic as it is. They both have a massive stroke and are left completely helpless. Whose household do you think is going to fare better on their own without their glue that keeps them all together? So while you may have had this lifelong list of responsibilities, you may not realize that it's made you that bomb-ass conqueror that you are. Those kids who have had to do the chores, they can survive because they know how to cook and clean and take care of themselves, right? It's not to say that you neglected them, it's just to say that you were what? Preparing them to be successful in life, to be self-sufficient. If you were a mouse and you had those tiny little legs and your only source of food was a big-ass brand new block of Kamad cheese that Susan's kids left on the floor, and it's on the other side of your 17,000 square foot house, you're either going to become overwhelmed by the distance that you have to travel to get to that blessing, that bliss, and ultimately you will starve. So, you have that, or you can get a hold of your thoughts and you can take it one scurry at a time, and eventually you are gonna tear up that big old box of golden cocaine that's inside of commodities, right? So why these crazy stories? Why the obnoxious innuendos or details? Because it has to be dramatic in order for it to maybe click. But I also have to sometimes distract you from the fact that we're talking about something serious, so you don't just choose to, what, split and walk away, right? It's time to get real, Gemini. You're either going to lay down and pout and whine because that commod cheese is on the other side of the house, or you're going to figure out how the fuck you're going to get over there without getting snapped in one of those traps. The end result is definitely worth the risk. It is, in my opinion, anyhow. I hope your opinion becomes the same, because you're worth it. Your happiness, your success, your fulfillment, your love, your abundance, the overall quality of your life. We are only one wrong turn, one accidental slip or wrong place, wrong time, one car accident, one heart attack, whatever it is, away from time's up. Stop wasting your time on all of these people and all of this shit that doesn't matter. Start believing that you actually have people in your life who are destined to be there who haven't made it yet because you haven't met them on that vibrational level. They're good. They treat you well. They believe in a two-person relationship, commitment. They take responsibility for their own healing and don't blame it on others. I can't thank you guys enough for all of your love and support. Thank you for all who have not unsubscribed while I was sick and had some things going on, so I couldn't get my videos out. I appreciate you guys so much. Much love. Until December. Bye-bye.